Okay, so somebody want to try the Sarvangasana shoulder stand. There's an easy posture. Anyone can come. So most of the asana, maximum asanas, when we're practicing performing in the supine position, they are really helping to release the, slow down the blood circulation and really bring the calmness of the body and mind. You really feel that it gives the kind of instant benefits when you're practicing those asanas. Okay, so we'll lay down in a Tadasana position. Just imagine you doing the Tadasana. Okay, your hands next to your body. And in this position, you're going to keep your feet together, but make sure before to get into the asana, you have a little space over your head because you're going to drop the toes over the head in order to adjust our shoulder. Yeah, I think it's enough, maybe. Yeah, a little bit more. Okay, it's fine. So we'll come into the supine position, and for that, we're going to adjust our shoulders. See, they are main uh, part of the body is your shoulder because you're doing the shoulder stance. So all the weight comes on your shoulder. If they are not well adjusted, so we get the roundness on the back. Okay, so we'll try to avoid the roundness on the back because as we start to having the roundness on the back in this position, so it's hard. It gives a lot of tension, a lot of pressure to our arms in this position. So we'll keep our chin slightly to the chest, and your back of the neck has to be completely extended in this position. Okay, and make sure that you don't have the bun, here underneath your head, so you get the overstretch to your cervical. So you roll the shoulders nicely under in this position and extend your back of the neck and pressing the hands on the floor. Now, first step, what you're going to do, we'll take our legs over the head, but she's a flexible, she can do it. But the people, those are doing the first time Sarvangasana, or people those have the overweight, so they might feel a little bit challenging to lift the pelvic, the center part of the body, which is the heaviest part in our body. It's difficult to raise that part higher, or people those are having the lacking of the strength on the abdominal region, they might feel difficult to up. But we'll have some solution for that. I will show you how. But for example, she's fit and fine, or she's a practitioner, how we're going to get into asana. You press the palm, press the shoulder down to the floor. Now by using the core strength, you raise the legs up and drop the toes over the head in this position. So you come into the flow position first of all. Okay, just stay here, hold here for a while. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody have the stiffness on the hamstring, they might feel difficult to touch the toes down to the floor. So in this case, we can give them some support. For example, some bolster underneath the toes, or we can keep the bricks, or we can use the wall. So it's going to be easier for us to get some support. Okay, now you see the shoulder in this position, they are like facing towards her ear in this position, the tip of the shoulder. You see the tip of the shoulder is facing towards her ear. I want her to roll her shoulders like pointing down towards the floor as much possible. So how are we going to fix our shoulder in this position? We'll keep our hands on the sides of the on the edge of the mat. First option, you can interlock the finger, or second option, the easiest one, everybody can perform the shoulder stand like that. We'll hold the sides of the mat. Can you please hold the sides of the mat. Now I want you to pull the sides of the mat backward direction in this position and trying to roll your body weight side to side, like one by one. So wait a second, lean towards me. So as she is leaning towards me in this position, so she's going to adjust her shoulder under. So you're going to work on the, okay, stay here. So you're going to work on that external movement of her upper arms, which will allow her to roll the deltoids under. Okay, now lean to the side. And the same time, she's going to roll her shoulder. You see, one more time, lean to the side. Can you release? Oh, not too much. Very slowly. You okay? Yeah, slowly, by yourself, very gently. No need to rise it off the floor. So, okay, you need to keep it in contact with the floor. So slowly, so lean your body this side a little bit. Yeah, you're rolling your arms other side also. Yeah, very good. So you roll your shoulders nicely under. Stay there for a bit. Once you adjust your shoulders on the ground, we'll go for the next step. Now, next step, what you're going to do, press the palms and press the forearms, your elbows strongly on the floor, and try to lift from the back of your heart higher in this position. So here we're going to work on the extension of the spine by fixing the back ribs. Yeah, very good. Press the toes. And the next action, what you're going to do, you're going to try to lift your sitting bone really higher up. And push the sitting bone high. Yeah, upward direction, not the backward toward the wall. Just, yeah, rising upward direction. So here, once you are here, we're going to adjust our hands, supporting our hands to adjust our hands on our back to fixing those ribs, which is rounding here. So we're going to use our hand here to fix them into the body to keep the back straight. Okay, not only for the supporting, but also we're using our hand like pressing those ribs inside so we can have the more straight back here. So once you are here, we're going to adjust our hands one by one. So you have the action here. You're rolling the your forearms like outward direction and trying to drag the elbows inward behind our shoulder. So depend on the flexibility of the shoulder, how much you can move the elbows in towards each other. So you press the elbows down to the floor. We'll try to move our elbows slightly inward. Now, you're right. Let me know when you get tired, okay? No need to suffer.
Yeah, okay.
So now, second thing, when you supporting your back in this position, so see how we're going to support our back, or what is the role of our hands here. You see the web of the palm? That day I was showing you to try to stretch that area more. So we're going to use the same area to lift your spine upward. So you hook the web of the palm on the bottom like that. You keep your hand like that, okay? And then starting. Now from the use your hand like pull your spine by yourself, like rising action, like extending action from the sides of the trunk, and then pressing the elbows on the ground. You stay there for a bit. Very nice. So maintain the hands in a one position. Make sure that it's not a slippery, it's not a sliding up and down. Make sure it's stable here, okay? But sometime when you're sweating a lot, you can use the towel in our hands to have the nice grip. Otherwise, when you're sweating, the hand slides upward, and then you start to having the roundness on the upper back. So now once you are here, press the elbow down. Now next step, what you're going to do, we can take our leg one by one or with a bend knee. So I want her to take the one leg up, just straight the one leg up, straight all the way up, stretching the right leg up, straight, Mundi, yeah, like that. Pointing the toes up for a while and stretch your leg upward and straight up over the shoulder. Now press the hands against the back and take the other leg up by using the core strength all the way. Take your both legs higher. Let me know when you get tired, okay? No need to suffer. But this is really good posture actually. So you're using the hands to fixing the back ribs into the body, and same time what you're going to do, you're trying to tuck the tailbone, same action. So above your shoulder, like below the shoulder, inverted, like above your shoulder here, you're going to do the same action the way you do the 𝗧𝗲 or Tadasana, okay? You tuck the tailbone in this position, push the thighs and knees backward towards me, Mundi. Can you push your thighs back towards me? Perfect, like that. By rolling them inward and try to extend from the sides of the body, from the sides of the trunk to all the way to the tip of the toes, and pointing your toes. You can stretch your toes. You can activating the front of the thigh in this position, pointing the toes in this position. So here, as you're supporting from here, try to keep extending from. So there's a nice extension from the armpit to the waistline, from the waistline to the outer knee, and outer knee to the tip of the toes. So try to elongate your entire body upright position here by pressing the elbows down, okay? And pushing the thighs and make sure that you are not leaning like that way, okay? So you keep the weight like pushing the thighs backward, Mundi, towards me. Very nice, good. Tailbone moving inward, and you push your thighs and knees back and hold it for a bit. Keep your eyes open here, otherwise sometimes you feel like your eyes get very dark, very red in this position when you close the eyes. But keep your eyes open. You can looking your toes in this position. Keep pushing the tailbone inward, keeping your sides of the trunk nicely fully extended here, and legs slightly backward. See, now you see the flexion of her neck is completely bent here. Okay, if somebody have the cervical issue, it is a really challenge. It make the more space between the vertebrae. So we avoid that complete flexion if somebody have a cervical pain or suffering with any shoulder problem. So we'll avoid that a complete flexion. So instead her head to the shoulder are like flat, and from the shoulder to the legs are like 90-degree angle. So when you do posture for the people those are beginner or having the neck pain, so we reduce that angle from 90 to, we'll try to make it like a 100, 120, 130. As much we keep the head more down, it will really helping us reduce a lot of tension. You're right, Mundi, keeping the thighs backward. Now, for example, see, already good. So you have the straight body. But if you're helping somebody in this position as a partner, so how are we going to help them? So first of all, like we'll go behind our partner and we'll see if the elbows going outward or inward. If you see the elbows sliding outward, will help them. See, the elbow have a big role in this position. If they slide outward slowly, and she will start dropping her back, or she start rounding the back, and also more challenging to push the legs backward. So I hold her leg in this position from ankle, and I'm going to keep my feet outside of her elbow. Okay, so I will help her to slide her elbows inward by using my feet, but not when she have the weight. So I will lift her weight first. I will ask her for the exhale. As she exhale, I pull her up like that. Okay, so I'm trying to pull her up. If you find difficult like that, you can just hold the leg like that and lifting upward. But it's much better when you hold from the ankle. I pull her up, and then I use my legs to push her elbows slightly inward. Is okay, Mundi? Okay. So keeping the feet together. Now second action, when you see she is pushing her tailbone too much backward, slide action, we can use our knee here to little bit some support to give them more nice extension to the back, and you keep your feet together. I'm pushing her with my knee. Even we can use the cushion between the knee and back. It's uncomfortable sometimes, and I pull her thigh a little backward. Is okay, Mundi? Yeah. So only the action we can do, lift up and using your legs to push our partner elbows inward. Okay. Now slowly come down, bend your knees or drop the legs over the head. Now let's see is a partner adjustment, but when we don't have anybody to helping, so how we can do it by ourselves. So we're going to use the blanket. Also people those are having the cervical pain, okay, or somebody having the stiffness on the cervical, and as well as we're going to use the strap to maintain that stability in a Sarvangasana. Now see how we're going to use the strap. We will take one strap and we're going to make a small loop shoulder width apart, and also see how we're going to make a loop. Same way, you lift the pin up and drop the pin and pull it back on the top. So you're going to make the loop shoulder width apart, so you can measure your shoulder by doing like that, but keep that loop a little bit slightly, a little bit wider than the shoulder, only for people those have a big arms, like big biceps. So when you take the arms back, it's hard for them to squeeze. So, but if you have flexible shoulder, keep it like a wider, a label with the shoulder. So let me, can you stay relaxed? Okay, I think it's fine. So now by ourselves, how are we going to use the strap? First, let's, can you please sit up now? Sit in Dandasana position. Stay there, stay there. So now I have the blanket we're going to use, but first of all, when you use the blanket, fold it very nicely. Okay, don't just put it like that and you're trying to do the Sirsasana. Okay, fold it very nicely, otherwise it can strain our cervical more. Instead to helping, it can make the problem more worse. So make sure that all the edges are well folded, and do not use a very short, like we have the short cushion, do not use that short cushion, because otherwise what happens, you can rest your shoulder on the blanket, but we don't have the space to resting the elbows. So elbows slide out of the cushion, so it doesn't support her. So we need a support for our elbows and as well as our cervical. So we'll keep the 2 blankets, so you can use according your need. Really tight cervical, 3 blankets somebody having, but I'll show you how to, we can use the bolster as well, but later. First look at here. So make sure that all the edges are nicely aligned, otherwise it become uncomfortable for the cervical. Okay, so I keep the blankets on the center of the mat, and she's gonna rest her back on the blanket. Okay, okay, let's see, I think it's fine. And wait a second, and we have the strap. How are we going to use the strap? We can use the strap when you take the legs up in flow position, or second, we can use the strap in Dandasana position. So when you use the strap, how are you going to use the strap? Look at me, for example, for me, if I'm sitting in Dandasana position or a standing position. So as I sit here in Dandasana position, I take the, and also make sure this buckle is not connecting with the skin. It has to be on the center, somewhere away from the skin. So I take my one hand back, and I take my other arm backward in this position, and I use the strap a little bit above the elbow. So here first I roll my shoulder, upper arms outward in this position, and I keep my palm facing upward. Okay, and then I round my back and slowly lay down on my back. All right, and when you come up, when you release this strap by yourself, you can slowly interlock your fingers behind your back, straight your arm, move your arms, and here you go. Okay, let's try only now. Make sure the strap is really helping you to maintain that external rotation in your upper arms, which will make your shoulders away from the ear. Okay, now you can bring the hand sides of the body, Mundi. No, like that. Now slowly roll back and lay down your spine. So now she slowly lean backward and she lay down on her back. Now, so which part of the body we're going to rest? Now see, do not rest your head on the blanket. The head has to be on the ground. And also do not bring the shoulder on the edge of the blanket. Okay, make sure that you have some space here, like just few inches space here, so that when you roll your body up, so your shoulder are well rested on the blanket. Okay, so your chin to the chest in this position, you press the palm. Now second thing, as I said in the beginning, if somebody finding difficult to lift the center part, the pelvic higher, or cannot raise themselves up high in this position, so what we can do, what we can do for the person, look at here. So we can give them some, for example, this cushion, or one cushion or two cushion, like I'm laying on my back here. For example, I find, oh, for example, I find difficult to lift myself up, like I cannot go from here like that. So what are you going to do in this case? We'll give our partner maybe the one cushion, we'll ask them to do the Setu Bandhasana, like half bridge pose, like that. If I take the two bolster here, so my hips will rise more higher, so it's going to be super easy for me to like rolling this action. So it become easy because hips are already high in this position. So I press my palm and I roll into the halasana also, roll into the halasana position. So okay, as we take the two bolster, so as we lift our hips more high, it's going to be more easy for us to rolling like that. Okay, for the person if those have a overweight or finding difficult to rise up. Okay, one of the way, we have the more way to go without using the core strength, but first look at here. So now, so she is going to press her hands and forearms, shoulders on the ground, and then she will rise her legs up again back to the flow position.
My hands like this.
You can turn your palm facing down. Yeah. Lift up. So get into the flow position slowly. Is okay, Mundi? Yeah. Very good. Stay there. Now again, I want you to slowly roll your, lift your buttocks higher, lift your sitting bone upward. Yeah, very nice. And pressing the forearm, press the forearm. Yeah, very good. Lean your body very gently and move the shoulder under. Oh, not too much again. Don't fall again. Very slowly, very gently. Okay, that's it. This is really nice. So even here, what we can try, we can interlock our finger. Another way, but if you can comfortably make an interlock here, that's good. You can interlock your finger, rolling the shoulders nicely. If you find difficult, same way, hold the sides of the mat and try to pull the mat backward. It will help you to roll the shoulder. Okay, once you are here, now adjust your palms on your back, adjust your hands on your back. So now what the strap is doing, it's helping you to resist your elbows inward, otherwise elbows slide outward. Now you see the difference before the last time said it, and now what will happen to the back. So adjust the hand a little bit more bottom and rise up, and now take the legs up, Mundi. Very good. Straight your leg. Now you see what happened. Do you feel something? Her back is completely straight in this position because of the strap, because the strap is helping her to move her elbows inward. Okay, so it will make our spine completely in upright position. Only you have to keep the leg back, and also you don't feel so much pressure because you have the strap, which really helping us to hold our elbows right behind our shoulder. If the elbows move slightly outward, it making our back round and your hands start to slipping and you feel a lot of pressure on the arms. And here you can feel you can climb a little bit more up. You can rise yourself, move higher, and working on the extension in this position. Is okay for you? How you feeling?
Yeah, this feels more comfortable.
How's your neck?
More comfortable.
We shouldn't move our head side to side in this position, but still when you have some weight, so you will have the ability to move your head slightly. You don't have to move our head in this position, but you will have the more space so that you can slide your head side to side because of the weight you have on the shoulder, on the blankets, because we elevate the our shoulder off the ground, so the head become resting nicely in this position. Okay, as a self adjustment, we're going to use the strap. Now slowly come down, drop your legs down. How? Same way. Hands down to the floor. Very gently round your back and slowly bend the knees and lower your body down. Very slowly, very slowly. Stay there for a bit. Chin to the chest. You can move your head side to side. So we'll stay here for a while, few seconds, and then you can release the posture. So this is one of the self adjustment. Now let's see the very easiest self adjustment for the Sarvangasana. Everybody can perform that way. Now I want you to lift your head up and come up, sit in Dandasana, and release the strap. So interlock your finger, move your hands, and you lose the strap. Now, can you please pull the mat? Can we please pull the mat close to the wall? Now, for the next adjustment, what you're going to do, it's going to be your self adjustment you have to do by yourself, okay? And it's the easiest one. So, if you need a blanket, you can use the blanket still. If you don't need a blanket, you're going to try with the blanket again?
I don't mind.
You don't mind? Okay. So, now this time, how are we going to get into the Sarvangasana? So, I keep the blanket a little bit away from the wall. She will be resting her shoulder on the blanket. Can you please come back again here? So this time you're going to touch your butt on the wall and legs up, like you make a L sit.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, more closer, more closer.
As in,
yeah, can you get more?
should I put my legs?
Yeah, legs up, legs up. Yeah, like that. Okay, legs up. So as you lift yourself from the laying position, you have to use your core strength. But now in this position, what you're going to do, you're going to use your leg strength here. A little bit change the way, the way of practicing. So now you're going to use your legs. The same action you're going to do. Just imagine you're doing the half bridge pose. You press the feet and use your thigh strength, your back strength, core strength as well. Lift your pelvic higher like that. Okay. So C will come in this position. If still you need the strap, you can use the strap here. If not, that's fine. So, but make sure the blanket is in a nice position underneath the shoulder. So you press the palms on the sides of the floor, sides of the butt, press the hands. Now what you're going to do, you bend your knees slightly in this position, press the foot, and now lift your pelvic high by using your thigh strength here. Okay, the same way. So you lift your pelvic higher, now you interlock your finger or hold the sides of the mat, or if you need here, you can adjust the strap also underneath your shoulder, rolling the shoulders nicely under. Once you are here, you're supporting your back again, release the hand, and support your back again, yeah. Use your hands to fix the back ribs into the body, and you can press the toes and move your heels away from the wall a little bit, yeah, like that. Very good. Now you see you're already in an upright position without making so much effort. Okay, but if you're having cervical pain, stiffness on shoulder, you can take one more blanket, two more blanket, which is really helpful. Now keep the one leg on the wall and only take the one leg up first. Only no straight, yeah, like that. You straight the one leg, and here you're gonna make action. You push your hips and your entire body like away from the wall, especially from the tailbone to the thoracic spine. You're gonna push towards your head, and the legs will be up in this position. You stay here. Hold it for a second. If you feel comfortable here, use your arms strongly, press the arms, hands against your back, and you take the other leg as well away from the wall, slowly, very gently, and you are in the Sarvangasana. Okay. When you release the posture, same way, you bend your one knee, first touch the wall with the one leg, slowly, yeah, touch the wall, then another leg back, touch the feet on the wall. Now you push the hips forward one more time and release the hands very gently. Press the hand, no, hands apart, yeah, like that. Press the palm and very slowly touch your heels on the wall and lower your body down. Okay. Second way to get into the Sarvangasana, especially people those have overweight or finding difficult or stiffness on the hamstring, cannot touch the toes on the floor in a flow position. The second way with support of the wall, we can do the Sarvangasana, which is I think super easy. Okay. All right. Let's see the one more way, which is I think which is fun but also very comfortable for the cervical. Okay. Can you please relax now? Can you move a little bit? I try by myself first. Okay. Then you watch me and then you can try like that. So for that, we're going to use the more height. So more height. So if you use the more height underneath the shoulder, more comfortable for the neck, more comfortable for the cervical. But now, see, for that, we're going to use the bolster. So we use a nice height underneath our shoulder. So I take the bolster close to the wall. Okay. So very carefully when you go here. But the way of getting into the asana is going to be a little bit different. So we do the Sarvangasana different way. So I adjust my hand underneath the bolster, like fingers slightly out the way to the downward facing dog. I bend my knees here and very gently will help our partner, will hold the waistline to lean the weight. So, but you can use your arms strength. So it's going to be very easy. I bend my elbow and I'm going to round my back, chin to the chest, and very slowly I rest my shoulder on the bolster. Once I rest my shoulder, I press my palm, hold it backward, and I take my one leg up, other leg up, both legs straight. Okay, once I'm here, what I'm going to do, I adjust my shoulder one more time. So here my neck is completely relaxed in this position. I don't have any pressure on my neck. Okay, once you feel comfortable here, we can take the hands back up on the wall and stay there. If you feel uncomfortable, hands on the floor. If you're comfortable, hands on the wall. And a little bit, if you want to make it more challenging or balancing, your feet off the wall. Your body hold in upright position, and you're balancing in this position in a shoulder stand. So as you release, how you're going to release the posture? You don't go back. So we have already neck is comfortable, but if you roll backward, it will stress the cervical. So I put my hand, I round my back here. So I pull my shoulder forward and very gently in this position, I'm gonna slide myself slowly into the Viparita Karni. It's called a Viparita Karni inversion position. So my legs to my hips come into a 90-degree angle. From my hips to the shoulders, it comes in a 45-degree angle. So, well, it's a mudra, it's a gesture, but we also practice this posture as a alternative. If somebody cannot perform the Sarvangasana, so it has the same benefit of the Sarvangasana, we can do the Viparita Karni posture. And then you push the bolster and slowly push yourself a little bit away from the wall, and you can release the position. Bend the knee, bend to the one side, and then you can release the posture. All right. Okay. Yeah, got it.